Well, happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great Friday. My name is Katie Lowe, and welcome to Rhythm Flow Radio live stream right here on Meta Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker. And welcome to another edition of A Conversation with Brother Raymond. You know, this weather in Chicago is just crazy. Now we're in April, almost to May. And do you know I still have the heat on and I'm still wearing winter clothes. And these crazy people are talking about moving out masks. Let me tell you, you better keep your mask on because the COVID numbers are rising. Protect yourself. Don't wreck yourself. Because these people that are telling you to take these masks off, they don't have your best interests at hand. And don't forget that gas giveaway on Saturday. Dr. Willie Wilson is giving away some more free gas, and you know we need it. The prices at the gas pump are crazy. Oh, and another thing, I want to remind everybody that I want you to make, I want you to sow a seed. I want you to sow a seed for humanity to Martha's Helping Hands.org. Martha's Helping Hands is a 501c3 advocating for the homeless by any means necessary. I'd like for you to sow a seed for humanity at Turner's. That that's TURNER. That's TUNERS 412 at marthashelpinghands.org. Sow that seed for humanity because homeless people are just like you and I, and we are all one incident away from being homeless. So sow that seed at Turner's 412 at marthashelpinghands.org. And without further ado, I bring you Brother Raymond.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of A Conversation with Brother Raymond. I'm your host, Brother Raymond, and as always, before we do anything, we give God its reference. Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for waking us up in our right frame of mind, allowing us to live to see another day. Father, we ask that you continue to guide our footsteps and let us do thy will and not our will. We pray all these things in your mighty, magnificent Son, Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, 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 welcome. I am so excited. Today we have one of the most powerfulest guests, and the show is going to be phenomenal. I will be introducing to you in a few minutes, but first we want to get an update on the murder of the young brother in Michigan. And I will be having that along the way, along throughout the show, bringing you guys updates. And we want to, before we get into it, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, and that is Crawfords for Peace Foundation. They have been supporting us throughout our endeavor of Brothers Standing Together, existence, Brother Phil and Sister Kelly. We love you and we appreciate you. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking to none other than Shante, our sister, the sister of Sandra Bland, and we'll be getting a direct story directly from her mouth on what happened to her sister. Because, see, a lot of people always got the concept of they think they know what happened, but we really don't know what happened because we wasn't there, first of all. And secondly, we're not her family. So her family got on the plane, went down, and took care of their business. And as you know, as a result of that, it is called Say Her Name, Say Her Name, Sandra Bland. Without further ado, we give you our sister Shante. Hey, Shante, how you doing?
Hey, that was an awesome intro. Thank you.
It's so good to see you
I'm
again, my
humbled.
sister. Shout out
Always
to
a
your mom
pleasure.
and your family, man, for standing up and bringing awareness to this, man, and just man, we just in awe of it. I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs and thinking because I was saying, I need somebody on the show. I need somebody on the show. And not looking through my playbook, I had my sister right there all the time. And God was like, well, Shante, you just be talking to Shante every morning. You talk to her every morning. That's who you need on your show. I'm like, okay, all right. Nevertheless, but we want to give you the floor. We're talking about your sister who was near and dear to you, Sandra Annette Bland. I'll read a bio. Is that okay with you? Can I read the bio
Absolutely.
first?
That's fine.
Okay. Sandra Annette Bland was a 28-year-old African American woman who was found hanged in her jail cell in Waller County, Texas on July 13th, 2015, 3 days after being arrested during a traffic stop. Her death was ruled a suicide. It was followed by protests amongst her against her arrest, disputing the cause of death and alleging racial violence against her, which we all know is true. Bland was pulled over for a minor traffic violation on July the 10th by State Trooper Brian Encina. The exchange escalated, resulting in Bland's arrest, escalating on Bland's arrest and charge of assaulting a police officer. Really? Oh, these people something else. The arrest was partially recorded by Encina's dash cam and bystander cell phone. Amen for the bystander. And Bland's own
Yes.
cell phone. After authorities reviewed the dash cam footage, Encina was placed on administrative leave for failing to follow proper traffic stop procedures. Go figure. Texas authority and the FBI conducted an investigation into Bland's death and determined the Waller County Jail did not follow required policies, including time checks on inmates and ensuring that employees had completed required mental health training. In December 2015, a grand jury decided to indict the county sheriff and jail staff for a felony relating to Bland's death. The following month, Encina was indicted for perjury for making false statements, which they always do, about circumstances surrounding Bland's arrest, and he was subsequently fired by the Texas Department of Public Safety in September 2016. Yeah, Bland's mother settled a wrongful lawsuit against the county jail police department. And we're going to leave that there. We're not going to disclose that. And some procedural charges. In June 2017, the perjury charge against Encina was dropped in return for his agreement to permanently end his law enforcement career. In 2019, Bland's cell phone video became available to the public and to Bland's family for the first time. The video was obtained and shown by Dallas news station WFAA. The video was not available during the civil trial. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to turn the floor over to her sister, who can tell you further exactly what happened. We understand that it's sentimental and it's kind of hard still to this day. As I'm reading, I'm getting, so we pray that you be able to get through this video. We know you can, because you're the strong backbone of the family. So without further ado, the floor is yours, sister.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to tell people who my sister was and just elaborate a little bit on what actually happened, because you're, oh, first of all, I'm sorry. I'm humbled for the opportunity, and thank you for allowing me to come on. And we all know that anything that involves one of our loved ones losing their lives at the hands of law enforcement, they always like to twist and turn different things, especially relating to my sister particularly. for starters, she never even knew that he was pulling her over. She thought that, you know, everyone in America, I'm assuming, when you see the sirens, you just automatically pull over. No one's thinking to use their turn signal to pull over when you hear the sirens. I've never seen it, but I guess in Texas they do things different. So stopped her. He got very, very unprofessional with her. He decided that instead of him giving her the warning, that he would come back and provoke her. These are my words, is how I feel upon watching the bystanders video. And actually, I'm so grateful for the who recorded it, because had he not recorded it and reached out to one of us, we don't know what really could have transpired in that moment, because it would have been her against my sister's word, and then he didn't want her to have her phone out. It was just a mess. So we are grateful for the young fella that reached out to us and allowed us to have a little bit more insight on what actually had happened to my sister. So now she goes to jail. So assault comes in where he claims that she kicked him while he was asking her, basically harassing her to go over to the other side. He claimed that she kicked him, but that has yet to be seen. So
exactly,
we don't know if she kicked him. And honestly, today, I wish she had kicked him. You know, would have known things would have transpired in the manner that it did. I'd have kicked them all up in his behind if that was the case, you know. So you know, she go to jail. She called me. She goes, "Hey, I'm in jail." I think, "You in jail? What?" Yeah. I didn't even know what I was in here for till like 10 minutes ago or something like that, she said. Mind you, she asked him 14 times, 1-4, why am I being arrested? He couldn't even tell her why he was being arrested. So tell me, where they do that at? You get to make it make sense. You know, how are you arresting someone and you can't even tell them why? So I think in that moment, he didn't know why. He had to call his superior and get assistance from his superior as to what he actually should be arresting her for. So she ended up going to jail. She called me. And so she told me what the bond was. I said, okay, I'm going to get it. And she said, I'm going to call you Sunday, which was the next day. She never called me. And all day, like, this is no lie, all day my stomach was hurting so bad. I'm like, something's not right. And this is just my opinion, because I'm speaking for me.
Go ahead.
I feel like they killed her on Sunday, which was why my stomach was hurting so bad. Okay. Like, it's like I'm feeling it.
Your intuition going
on.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Right. Because I'm very, like, God, you know, he give me some stuff. Let me just say that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So, that's how I feel, because I just can't even understand why I was feeling that way that day in those moments that I was.
Right.
So Monday come, we call down there. We asking this supposed to be Bell's bondsman, you know, what we need, and he's just really giving us the runaround, because again, we in Texas. He's linked. They all linked up together. They all are hot.
Yes.
So, anyways, the next time I get a phone call, it's coming from my auntie, who my uncle called my cousin called my auntie. My uncle called my auntie called my cousin, and my cousin called me. This is how this chain of information got to me. I'm on my job, right?
Right.
I get this call, and my cousin's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "I'm at work." She she just kept saying, I'm like, "What's up? Speak, man." Right. She like, your sister dead. What? She like, you need to call the jail because Sandra dead.
Whoa.
I jumped up my desk and took off running. I don't even
Exactly.
know where I was going, right?
No, not
But
at the
I
time.
ended up
No.
on the elevator. I ended up on the elevator, and then I went downstairs to my car. I didn't have no keys, no purse, nothing. So I'm just standing, I'm hollering. So now, I've been in my job at this time. I've been there probably like 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years at that time. So everybody like, what's wrong, Shante? What's wrong? And I'm like, just call my mama, I need to call my mama. So we got a little room in the office where the women go pump their milk.
Right.
So they take me in there. So I finally calmed down a little bit to call my mother. I called my mother and we called the jail. And Sheriff Glenn Smith, I'll never forget, he was just a racist little prick,
Yeah.
May God rest his soul, but he was a racist little something. So anyways, we talking to him in I think the Texas Rangers or something like that. And they like, yeah, we got pictures, she hung herself. And when you guys get down here, we're going to be able to show you that, she hung herself, blah, blah. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so we going to actually see the pictures of her hanging from this partition that's shorter than her. The partition is shorter than her.
Exactly.
But they want us to believe that my sister was 6 foot and she hung herself on this partition, right?
Exactly.
So we get there and listen, the Texas Ranger, he got his cowboy hat on, got his cowboy boots on, got his feet crossed on the desk. And I'm just looking at him. Oh my. So they come out with I want to say it was 400 pictures, but not one of those pictures had her asphyxiated on the partition. So I just got I left out because what you're showing me is anything that could have been staged. I mean, you're telling me that she tied a noose around her neck and that my black sister tied a noose around her neck. Who ties nooses? I've never seen a black person specifically that tied nooses. So anyway, we were down there from the Friday to the Tuesday, I think it was Friday, Tuesday. They was giving us a hard time about getting her body. So of course we had to get a funeral home there. They had to embalm her and stuff the day before so she can come on a plane with us. That plane ride was it was something else. Like my mother, she cried the entire ride. She was just like, I can't believe that my daughter is under this plane with us in a capsule. And, what could you say? You can't say anything but, just sit there. I've never lost a kid and God that I don't. But in that moment, I just felt so bad for mom because this is your daughter, right?
Exactly.
Your daughter drove all these miles to go for a job. She get the job.
Exactly.
And now she can't even do the job. Who does that?
Exactly.
So we get her home. Oh, this is how they add insult to injury. We get home. We're not even out the airport all the way yet from here in Chicago. These folks are calling our attorney saying Cannon Lambert is the attorney. Y'all get with him if you need one. But folks are calling him saying, we need her body back. What? They said they needed to do some further. They needed to do some further investigations or something to that magnitude. And so definitely mining was like, oh no. She was like, you didn't do whatever you needed to do in all those days that she was there. You will not be doing it.
Anything.
So we went on ahead, we buried her. We got a second autopsy.
Yes.
I really feel like she didn't give us proper information. I don't know how my other family members feel, but I know how I feel, and I feel like she may have been in with them. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was just a lot of
My lies.
messiness going on
Yeah.
between a lot of lies. I'm trying to be nice
Yeah, a lot of lies. I'm gonna
between
tell you like
them.
it is. It's lies. It's
Um,
lying.
even the Judge Trey Duhan, he had made a status about my sister while she was deceased. Like, who does that? Like, you're a judge. Like, what are you doing? And he got so much friction that he ended up taking it down, but I had already screenshotting. Then you got the officer, he making jokes about going into cell 95 because cell 95 was the cell that she was found deceased in, so they say. So you got him doing it. So it was just a lot of little BS going on. Like, we would go down to, supposed to have court and stuff like that. They would cancel the day of, knowing that we had to fly in. It was just a mess.
Yeah, making
And at
everything
the end of the
inconvenient
day,
for y'all. Yes.
very inconvenient, very inconvenient. And they were so upset about the level of support that she had that these folks started telling us we couldn't be all right at the same time. They had some people waiting outside. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
I think when they did what they did to her, they had no idea who they was messing with, and they had no idea that the few little people that sat outside that jail every day was going to do that. They did not know that the Black Panthers was
No,
going to come there with their guns and
they
ask,
didn't
what
know
is
that.
going on? What happened to Sandra Bland?
Exactly.
They had
Exactly.
no idea that the news media would bring so much attention to Walla County and Walla County Jail. And
Right.
yeah, the officer got fired eventually.
Right.
However, he can't be an officer in Texas, but he can be an officer
But
somewhere else.
anywhere
So if
else.
he doesn't check it right now, he's still gonna be an idiot when he goes anywhere. If he
Yes.
cannot understand that you are an officer of the law, you are a member of the Ku Klux Klan, when you are an officer of the law, then he doesn't need to be doing that. Because for me, in that moment when she said, why do I have to put my cigarette out? I feel like he went into KKK mode. Like, did
Exactly.
this, call us, just question me? And that's
Yeah.
just how I feel, because he came back with the warning, so he say, but she never got the warning.
Right.
She ended up in Walla County Jail. And now
Exactly.
she 20 minutes from me in the ground. Like, that's craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. And the video showed so much
That
more of a coward, first of all, against a woman, it don't take all that to subdue the woman, you know. And
right.
if she did anything, she was being cooperative. Okay, just tell me what's going on. Why am I being this? Can you tell? You can't even explain to her. You're officer of the law. You're supposed to be able to explain to anybody who's being detained why they're being detained and the reason why. So that in
Correct.
itself and then secondly, you grabbing her. What are you grabbing her like that for? You could just put the
Then you gotta
handcuffs
light
on.
her up.
Right. And you could have just set her down, set her in the back seat, took her down there and charged her with you disorderly conduct, whatever the case may be. But we called them in jail, we called them ticketrons because they don't really have no action. So they might have been beat up in school. So when they get these positions, they use it, even with the police department now. They use the excessive authority. They use it excessively because of something happened back in the day in school or whatever, or that they didn't make the cut or whatever the case may be. And so now they become officers and even some sheriffs. They go above and beyond. You'd be like, you're doing too much. And that's exactly what happened. But they had no
Yeah.
idea how strong the family was. See, we talking about the Panthers and we talking about the supporters, but the main part was the family unity and how strong you guys was.
And how
And
strong
you were
you.
saying y'all wasn't letting it. No. You a lie. Somebody gonna tell us something of what's going on here, and y'all gonna tell us now, and we'll be back. Okay, you can try to
Right.
inconvenience
So
yourself.
I don't want to.
Go ahead.
Right. So I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying, because yes, that's very true. However, it started with those little group of people in the front of the jail, because
That's what I'm saying.
remember,
That's what I'm saying.
we couldn't
Built
get
the
there.
momentum.
So they held it down until we got there. And when we
That's what I'm
got
talking
there,
about.
it was
See,
like,
that's the loyalty, and that's the love, right? So they held down. We here. We rooted. We grounded. We anchored right here until y'all get here. We ain't letting nobody and nothing else going on in and out of this joint. We gonna sit here until y'all come. When y'all come, we'll let y'all take over. And that's what I mean. And then y'all came in, and then they seen the unity. Like, wow. First they was shocked.
yeah,
Strong black sisters with a strong black mother.
yes,
Saying, what's going on? Hey, what's happening right here? What's happening with that's mine? What's happening? That's mine. What's happening?
Right.
Ain't no, I want to hear that. Tell me something. And then they come, and then I'm looking at the video earlier, and it was what was so shocking to me was how they say she was in this back cell, but they never produced anything. Not nobody came out, nothing, no pictures. We don't see nothing. We just looking at a tape of them bringing out the emergency. What is that? We can't.
And even
evidence y'all telling her family that y'all she hung herself. Where's these pictures at? Where's this at?
Never. It's almost 7 years. It'll be 7 years in July, and we have yet to still get any of that.
Exactly, and that's the sad part about it. And then they tell us trust. We can't trust no system that's already broken. No, we can't trust that system.
It's already against us. First of all, they need to revamp the system to be inclusive of Black and brown lives. That's the first thing they need to do. Because if they continue to try to keep this broken system that's been here for over 400 years or more, then it's never going to get any better. If they don't change the way that they view us, it's always going to be this way. Do you know how many people reach out to me saying, can I please get your help? My loved one got found deceased in prison. Women, men, what?
Right.
How are people walking into jails and coming out in body bags?
That's what I'm talking about.
It should not be that way. That's craziness.
Exactly.
And then the jail that she was in, from my understanding, they've moved the jail now. It's not even right there anymore. They've moved it to a whole nother place.
Wow.
So definitely giving you something to think about for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. And again, for the loyalty of the supporters and everybody who got behind the families, and we protest night and day, tirelessly hours, because we wanted them to understand that this is not acceptable. Under no circumstance do we accept none of this. And it got to the point where it became random in these cities. If you look at it, how they will kill so many Black and brown people in different cities at different times, as if, and with no reprimandment. Nobody did anything. It's like, it was justified. How can you justify killing somebody, first of all, who's not even on? A lot of people weren't even on. And so it was just like so sickening to me, and to the point that's like, we rebels, right? And we for real about this here. We ain't finna have that. And that's how I was feeling. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I was feeling like, I think that the Bible says an eye for an eye. That's all I know. You go ahead, carry on. That's all I know.
But in response to what you just said, I feel like these officers are being held accountable for their actions. They're still doing these things. If they start firing them, or laying them off immediately with no pay, and then taking their pensions away from them, I think twice about some of the things that they be doing and saying about it their mouths.
That
But
was
because all they get are slaps on the wrist, administrative desk duty with pay. Who does that? How do you take
exactly,
someone's life and you get to do desk duty with pay?
exactly,
So I
exactly.
think the dynamics of their punishment has to be a little bit more severe in order for them to
Very severe,
understand the magnitude
very severe.
of
They should
pain
be
that
fired,
causing family.
and their
Absolutely.
pension should go to the family who lost their loved one. That's how I look at it, and that's how I
Now
was
that's
saying.
a fact.
You know,
That.
that's how that should go.
I like
You
that.
know, they fired, and their pension should go to the family who lost their loved one. Now you can't bring
Because
them back.
even right, because even now, right, it's been 7 years. Like I said, in July to be 7 years. I still cry. I still like last week was a bad week for me. Like I was just like, you may see me smiling and stuff like that, but it's hard. It's hard. One, because I'm the big sister. That's the one. And
Exactly.
two, because she called me. And so I was feeling like some type of way for a
Mm-hmm.
minute, but I had to get myself together. I had to go to therapy. And I'm still
Yes.
in therapy, and I am not ashamed of it. I go to therapy every week, once a
Yeah,
week.
and
I go to therapy.
I believe yes, you should. You the
I
big sister.
I
She
I
calls you.
try
Talk
not
to your little
to.
sister. You know, you
Yes,
talk to your little sister. Your little
I
sister told
pray.
you in jail, and the next thing you hear talking about
Yeah,
she's gone. What the hell you mean my sister
yeah.
gone? I just talked to my little sister. I got the money to get her whatever it is to get her out of there, and y'all telling me she gone. What kind of and people don't understand that trauma, man. That is undescribable. Like I don't know, but I do. I can see. I seen the pain in your family eyes. I seen the pain in your eyes, and it drew me so close to you because I felt hurt. I felt disrespected. I felt like I let my sister down, because we are the men. We're supposed to protect our sisters. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, man, this is crazy. And people don't even understand the dynamics of that. They thinking that it's more than a protest. We have to have some change. We have to have some serious change in this, or it will erupt into a revolutionary because everybody is not going to be so receptive to this because it's going on too much. It's like the young guy in Michigan just happened just recently. I mean, cold-blooded murder. They can
And
execute us.
that
That's
and then
sad,
that
man.
type of stuff, it was you all over again. Be very careful with what I'm allowing into my space. I always pray for the families if I hear about it, but I try not. I will never watch the videos. I just cannot do that because it's
Right,
just
I
a
haven't seen
re-trigger
it,
all over
and I don't want
again.
to see it. Right.
And people don't even know, like within that same month that Sandy was found deceased in prison, 7 other women in that month,
Yeah,
July
yeah,
2015,
yes,
were
yes,
found deceased in prison. Like one
yes.
girl, I don't know the names because I don't want to mix the names up. One lady,
Right.
her family was there to bond her out, and she was
Yeah,
deceased. What?
yeah, yeah.
How do you even tell someone, oh, I'm sorry, but your loved one is no longer here in our custody?
Exactly. And it was so that
Doesn't
it
make
was just like, and then you go on, and all these lives is being taken with no with no with no consequences at all, none at all. You know, the guy with kid boy, I thought it was going on, so I shot in the crowd, and you wasn't even on duty.
And don't even get me started with him, Mr.
You know,
Dante
and,
Servant, please.
because I thought, and if a brother could have got to this man, and I was there, Lord behold, ain't no telling what, because he was like, "Are you serious?" And these people are looking like it's nothing. Like, what are you so upset about? What the man? And a lot of us went to jail that night, but just to see how they don't have a soul, because You have to have some type of feeling. You know, they talk about black on black crime. Yeah, it's black on black crime, but guess what? It's perpetuated. And not only that, not making excuses. What I'm saying is anybody who takes somebody's life got to feel something. You look at these oppressors and they didn't have us, you didn't see nothing. It was empty. It's like, and then they sitting there as if they should be exonerated for the crime they just committed. Like, what are we here for? Are you serious? What are you here for? Okay. And see, now the the Nat Turner could kick in, right? Now when Nat Turner kick in, oh, hold it. No, ain't no hold it.
Right.
You want to play? Okay, you want to play for real? You know, but here again, you know, with God's grace and His mercy, man, you know, it's a lot that we have endured and we are forgiving. But at some point in time, and I don't know if I ever be there to see it, the rise up gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial, and it's because being oppressed for 400 years, our ancestors already. Now we inherited something that neither one of us, our ancestors or us, asked to be nowhere. That these people came up with this concoction that some other people can do for them what they couldn't do for themselves, and they still can't do it because if you look at all the patents and everything that's done, like they say, this land was built on free slavery.
Yeah.
We built this. So then not only that, you steal all the patents, all the great inventions we did, you steal everything.
Yes.
And so now, what else? Now you want to kill us too? On top of that, we supposed to just sit back and like I said, the Nat Turner just come out of me, and like I tell my family, you know, hey, I am what I am. I'm gonna stand for justice. I don't care, you know, and I'm willing to put my life on the line for that because I believe in that. And then not only that, you know, you looking at families, your family will never be the same. No, yeah, they strong, but these families will never be the same. Their loved ones was taken from them unjustly and for no reason. A traffic stop. You pull me up for a traffic stop and I went up dead. What that don't make no type of sense nowhere and no judicial. I don't care how racist you are, it doesn't make sense. And you can't make it make sense. And you're gonna tell me that a black queen who was motivated just got hired and promoted the job that she wanted, and she'll go back in the cell. You trying to convince us that she hung herself. Knock it off. We don't do that. We just don't do that. Certain things we just don't do. And so that
Right.
stuff was just,
Right.
you know, it was just blasphemy. And you gonna put us in our, oh, that's what you, that's all you got. Then they knew it. That's why they was calling them all the officers to come around because they knew like this can go a whole nother way. You damn right it could have. You know, and if the right people had been there, it might have went the wrong way. You know, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't understand the severity of this. You don't just you just can't do that and we just say nothing, you know. And you know, all these people that uses this as a stepping stone or marketing tool, this is not a game. Like a lot of people doing the protests. I had snatched up a lot of people. Hey, this ain't no joke. You need to move around. This is dead ass serious. We don't play with this. I don't know what you trying to get out of it, but this ain't that. So you need to move around, you know. And I fell out with quite a few people because I take everything, all that I do for real. I don't do it for play, you know. And so it was just like sad to see that the queen, you know, lost her life over something. So, you know, that was routine traffic stop. Routine traffic stop. Give a ticket. Okay, here's your ticket, ma'am. Your blinker wasn't on. Okay, have it. Go about your day. How does this result? You know, so wow. Go ahead, sister.
I feel like happening is people are valuing animal lives more than they are people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against, I'm not an animal killer or nothing like that. However, I am very aware that if something happens to an animal, you get more you get more people wondering what happened to this animal than we do when one of our loved ones are killed. It's,
Yes.
oh my God, did you see what happened to the lion? Who killed the
Yes.
lion? Oh my God, they going to jail forever. But then,
Right.
well, somebody killed Sandra Bland. Oh, okay, she deserved it. She was uppity. She was ghetto. She was talking this and this. She was high. She had this and that, blah, blah. What?
Exactly.
No, you cannot value the lives of animals more than you do humans.
No.
That's
But
insane to me.
that's what they do. That's what they do. I've seen it. I'm like,
I'm
what?
just waiting on the day. I hope that I'm here for the day that we start to see a little bit of progress, I guess.
Yeah, the uprising coming.
This is coming up again on year 7. Yeah, and they're supposed to be as a part of the deal or whatever they want to call it. They have to do a memorial park in honor of my sister's name. So within the next coming weeks, we're going to be finalizing some things, and hopefully we'll be able to do the groundbreaking soon for that, so that when it's already the street, right?
Yes.
But the park is going to symbolize so much more. Like, this is the memorial of a strong Black queen.
Yes.
That's going to be there for generations upon generations upon generations to come. So that's a little, it's like bittersweet, right?
Yes.
We would love to have her here with us. However, the street Memorial Park will be okay. We
And the
know that
documentary.
she can't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the documentary is so powerful. You want to talk about the documentary? That was just powerful. Wow. I mean, I was just in awe of that.
So
that
it was
like,
very hard for me. For people that's watching, I'm the one with the blonde hair. So I got locks now, but I had blonde hair, and it was very hard for me. Like, I cried several times before. I'm sure they had to edit it like a gazillion times,
I'm
because
quite sure they did. I'm quite sure.
I've gotten better at it because I'm not crying now. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this, but I've gotten better. But and we were very raw when they were recording us. And what I liked about Dave and Kate was they was very compassionate and empathetic to what we were going through. They didn't rush us. If we had a moment where we broke down and cried or needed tissue, whatever the case, or just needed to be quiet, peace be still. They let us have our moment. They never rushed us and we gotta go. They let it go in the manner that it needed to go in.
Okay.
So I'm grateful that we were able to control the narrative, because oftentimes that once the media and whoever else, the police and whoever else, get a hold to things, the narrative can be misconstrued. So it was important for us to be able to control Sandy's narrative and how people viewed her, so to speak.
Say her name. That's right. Sandra Bland, the queen. Because when I was looking at the documentary, so many different parts and segments of, and then when you watch the movement of the protest was so fierce that all across the country, they let it be known that, no, we're not, and then we go back to here we go again, and that's like, damn, and it almost make you want to stop being judgmental yourself. I'll put it for
sometimes,
because I'm hurting, the family's hurting. Why can't somebody else be hurting too? Because this was uncalled for. This wasn't even nothing that we did in order to receive this this pain, because that's what it is pain and humility. Because
Yeah.
you you took you had the audacity to decide that you want to play God and decide that my life is no longer needed on this earth because you made a decision, and we are supposed to sit back and allow that to happen. And my thing is, like a lot of the movement brothers, I was like, I have to take a time out. Man, where you going? Man, I have to take a time out because I really have to get myself together. I had to go to my secret place and pray and meditate, because at the end of the day, I just I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't even, you couldn't even compute. And it was happening back to back to back. And we like combating that, and then the violence.
Couldn't catch a break.
Like, what the? Woo! Okay. Now, somebody, they're like, no, come on, man. Like, they had to take me off of, he's up at the headquarters, they had to take me up out there. Come on, man, grab him, man, take him. I'm like, look, man, no. Because at the end of the day, we are the most precious and unique people on the face of the earth. And everybody knows that except us. And that's sad to say.
And the most disrespected.
Right. And so we, as tribal men, I'm saying this time, but no, it's been time for us to stand up. And we cannot keep allowing nature, we're not. Listen, God said in the Bible, he hates a coward. Right? And so my thing was, okay, they say, fool you once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They keep doing. No, I just couldn't, sis. And I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was like, and that's why a lot of people say he dropped out the movement. No, I didn't drop out the movement. I didn't want to disrupt it because I want justice to be served. But I felt, and I'm still feeling some kind of way, But I know you, my sister, and I'm like, no. I don't hear nothing. Okay, let's keep it getting back going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep all their names going. We need to be mindful of what needs to be done and the steps we need to take in order to see the justice that we want to see.
Agreed. But I do want to say this for those who are listening, or who may be listening, or who may listen afterwards. Some of the things that work for me and just dealing with this new norm were the therapy for sure, the journaling, the self-care. I didn't do journaling and self-care at the beginning. However, throughout the years, I required those coping mechanisms, is what they call them. Okay. So journaling, listening to the gospel music, going to the therapist, and self-care. Like, self-care is so important, because when Sandy first passed, right, we was somewhere speaking and being there for others almost every week. Like, it was draining, right? Overwhelming, to say the least. Yes. Because we didn't want people to forget who she was. So we was accepting all interviews. We was doing phone interviews, personal interviews with the news people, with the colleges, with different facilities. It was a lot. It was a lot. So you have to exercise self-care and take care of you, even if that's 30 minutes, just doing nothing but loving on you. For myself, I got to make sure I get my hair done like every 2 to 3 weeks. I make sure that I'm going to get my nails and toes done every 2 weeks. That's self-care for me. Just to sit in that chair and just woosah. I don't think about nothing else when I'm in that chair, but me being in that chair.
Okay, man. And that's
round up on therapy, but therapy is real. Like, therapy, like, I got a dope therapist, right? It took me a minute to get to her, because I had some that we ain't mesh right. But this one right here, I love her, and she make me see things that I want to never even thought of it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just those things, even coloring. People might not understand this, and I get it now that I'm an adult. But I used to be like, why do they always want us coloring? Coloring is even therapeutic.
Yeah.
Just sit there and color. So if you haven't taken anything else from me today, take those things with you
Yes.
and do that, because it definitely helps with this new norm. And don't let people tell you like you still grieving. Grief doesn't have an expiration date. I could be here smiling right now, and in 10 minutes I could be boo-hoo. I could hear a song and bust out crying, so it's
Oh
just,
yeah.
that's just the way that it is. Grieve the way that you need to grieve, but exercise self-care, please, and take care of you, because you cannot fight for your loved one or anyone else if you are not 100.
That's it. I appreciate, like I say, we long live, I'm gonna keep saying her name and I ain't gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna keep, staying in tune with you and the family and making sure that you guys are all right. And any way I could be of assistance, I'm always here, because
Yes.
I think that at the end of the day, we need that, because we can remember a time when the
Yeah.
families were families, everybody, if they had to split a pack of hot dogs, all the children got something to eat, and they made sure of
Yes.
that. And it's not happening no more. It's like every child left for themselves out there, and it's so sad
Yes.
because you don't wake up want to be no drug dealer, gang banger, none of that stuff. That's a learned behavior. And when people learn, when it comes that, and then a young man becomes whatever he becomes, a young lady becomes whatever she becomes, they say, I knew it. But if you knew it, why didn't you get on the preventative measures? And then if you do and
That
it don't
part,
happen,
right?
you did try, and it's like they say, we know we lost generation. We already know nobody care about us. We millennials, we out here. I'm like, wow, that's not true. And we have to let them know that people, we do care about you and we here for you. But they've been lied to so much, and so much is going on. And these young children have seen so much despair and life taken. So they saying, shit, I can go at any day. So I'm not even, I'm just trying to live my days out. I don't know when because these people don't care about us, in terms of Michael Jackson, and people don't understand the method that he was bringing, and Marvin and all our ancestors was giving us codes that is relevant to this day about how society play us and how they treat us. And it's sad to see that it's still going on after all this time, It's still going on, And this queen had so much life, When you look at her pictures, her smiles, she has so much life. So how in the hell did you ever think that you can convince a world that a woman full of life will take her own life for a traffic stop?
They
Really?
tried it.
Come on, man.
They tried it for sure.
Yeah, they tried it, and they think that it's just, this ain't sweet. No, this ain't that. And and it showed it, and it educated people at the same time to, hey, wake up. Yeah. Because you said she was a black girl, but then when the Hispanic girl came up, then the white girl came up dead in there, then the young man came up dead. They said, oh, whoa, something ain't right here. How are all these people going to jail coming out in a body bag for simple shit?
Right.
And that's what it was, and
Right.
that's what's going on. So now they we got to dig in. Now they're digging in more. Now people getting in more, and it's just like, wow, So like I say, I commend you guys, man, utmost, you, your sister, your mom, the rest of your family, man, for being so diligent, you know, um, never letting her name die. She's known everywhere, every place that you go. Everybody knows about Sandy because they know the type of family she had, and how you guys came band together. Like you say, in time of bereavement, y'all had to stand strong because the world was watching you. People called, like you said, can we talk to you? We want to talk. You really know we want to talk about? Hell, I don't want to talk to y'all. But due to the circumstances, you guys had to, and y'all pulled together, and it's very strong, and that's very commendable. And I just salute you guys as always. I take my hat off to y'all. Stand up. You know, your mother was out in the field. Woo! She was out there in the field, and she was moving, and she was letting them know, no, I ain't going for that one. You got to come with something better. Now, my daughter was murdered. You ain't gonna tell me nothing else. All that BS talking about, no. Y'all murdered my child, and I'm letting the world know that they murdered my damn child. And then her sisters, no, my sister wouldn't do no shit like that. No, she ain't know. And then anybody who knew Sandy would know she didn't, you know. So it's like, wow, you know. But at the same time, we're saying enough is enough. And we got to be the change that we want to see. So I commend you guys on what y'all doing, how you doing it, and the way that you're doing it. And if any way, like I said, I can support. I'm always here, you know. But man, I'm just like,
thank you.
You know, just looking at, you know, 5 of y'all. Strong.
All our names start with S too. All 5 of us.
Oh man. See, that's solid.
I can't tell you our middle names, but we all have the last 5 letters. Our middle names all have the same last 5 letters, but I can't tell you that because they're gonna kill me if I tell our middle name.
Right,
but
right.
yeah,
but, you know, but that's what I'm saying. It was so solid, man.
It was a lot.
And it is. And then people, like you said, you don't wake up and say this over. This will never be over with, you know. It will never be over because every time you look or every time you event or something and she's not there, that messes with us mentally. And like you said, the therapy. We need to get therapeutic on getting therapy because we need that. Even in the streets, seeing this stuff happen, even though it don't happen to you per se. If you in that, like we activists out there, we seeing this, some identified bodies, some you need to go and talk to somebody and say, look, man, I'm over bed. That's how I take a step back. Got to take a step back. I said, let me get myself together because I'm about to lose it here. And I know it. Any moment I can pop off and mess up something for the whole movement. And I don't want to do that. But I knew I had to move myself. So I knew that much. And then talking to somebody, that is great. That is a great thing. And I think that should be the new trend. Getting some help. Because all of us are traumatized in one way or the other. Whether we want to believe it or not. We're traumatized. Not even if you just lost your family, you watching little kids disappear. You're watching little kids being killed in broad daylight, even in broad daylight every day. That plays on your mental health.
Yes,
it's not the norm.
I'm still thinking about Kiara Coles all the time. I'm like, where is this queen? Like, what happened to her? She just vanished.
And that's the thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about that a couple of shows ago. We get so we talk about it for about 4 or 5 months and then we forget about it. Them people are still missing out there. Them people ain't just walked off the face of this earth. Somebody knows they somewhere and somebody's not talking. But if we don't stay focused on the goal and the task at hand, then we get sidetracked. You know, just like no disrespect with the Will and the Chris Tucker thing. I mean the Chris Rock thing. You know, then you look at Ukraine, and the war is war, but it's a hell of a war going on in the United States, and ain't nobody addressing that. But we can take trillions of dollars in a New York minute and send it out. But we can't even fix the stuff that's going on in our country right now, in our states right now. And it's just so sad to say that we quit to do it. It's just, you know, but again, I'm with you, Tay. I understand what you said because I be waking up saying, I wonder what happened. What happened? How did they? What did they get? Who? How did they get? Come on now, no, I can't go for that. You telling me these little girls vanished? You telling me the sister just at work? She just vanished. Nobody's seen her. these women coming up largely, and shout out to the People's Champion Sean Ford, because he did put it out there with saying how it was like 50 or 60,000, and ain't nobody talking about that no more. How do we not talk about that? How do we not continue to talk about these police need some stripped down, they need to be retrained in order to have their jobs, and stipulate we protested. That's one. Let's go to the legislators and make them put this in the law that if they take a life, let's take their pension and give it to the family. Let's give it to their family. Ain't no sense they should be sitting back and they rocking chairs, going on vacations and all that. No, they pension to go to the families that they murder, because that's what it is murder.
I agree. Look, my brother, I agree.
I think you will have a lot of. It'll be a lot of like, even and as much as I hate to say that about the situation in hand with our young brothers and sisters out here killing each other at alarming rates, you know what I'm saying? We have to come. Something has to give, because this is not normal for people to come out and kill people on a daily basis. 4 and 5 people, 7, 8 people every day. It's like, this is not normal. But if it's no stipulations and no stiff penalties, then they gonna continue to do it. I get caught with a gun, I'm out in 2 hours. So I'm out going and commit another crime. Look at all the brothers and sisters that have been on house arrest. Come on, man, we got to do better, man. But we need to go to that government and let them know this is what we want in law right here. This is what we fighting for, because guess what? At the end of the day, y'all ain't trying to change the narrative. We got to change the narrative and the paradigm. We got to make that thing shift. Okay, when you think about pulling that gun out your holster, using it, remember, your families is going to be in poverty for the rest of their life, because what you've earned will not be yours anymore. And I believe that, while it's not the ultimate solution, it is a solution. It's something to put on the table and say, let's get with this here, and let's see what they say about that. I think that they will stop that. They thinking like, ain't no privilege, no, but
right.
I'm feeling that. No, hell, and I can't get, because they be talking when you be going in, because I'm in this, I do this. This is not something that just I do this, and I feel y'all pain. I can't say I feel the exact same pain as y'all do, but I feel the pain because that was my sister. Because we're all connected. We are tribes, and if one of the tribe members is gone, then that hurts everybody. That affects all of us, not just one of us. And so,
absolutely,
we got to get back to that love, man. That we're not having it like we had. We got to get back to that. And I salute the Queen. All your sisters, man, and everything that they're giving Sister Bland. She so rightfully deserve it and more. And up to me, I want to put a statue. I want a statue. I want to, make it, let me know. Y'all put up them, Confederates, put up some real stuff. Let be some real statues around here for real, so that you'll never forget, and stuff like that. If you want to do something, make that type of change. I want to see it. But
we got to pray for that.
You got to pray for that, because they ain't gonna do that, but they'll hurry up and do Cutler and all that old other crap. But man,
I'm telling you, it's absolutely. Thank you again so much
and
for
happy
the opportunity.
Birthday. You had a phenomenal time. Oh, anytime, sister, anytime you want to come on the show, all you gotta do is let your brother know, hey, got something on my mind. I want to get it off. We're gonna schedule you, and you're gonna be able to come on this show. I appreciate your work you're doing. No Queen Left Behind. That is a masterpiece. That was genius. How you came up with that?
I got it on right.
Yeah, and that's good. No Queen Left Behind. See what I'm saying? And sisters, y'all need to be copying that. And brothers, cop the shirts for the sisters. this is again, we got to get back to the Black Wall Street, supporting our people, our own people. We ain't got to worry about that. If we support our own, then we'll be able to eat. And we ain't got to worry about who ain't got what, because we all be able to have something, because we all creative in our own right, in our own way.
Yes, we seen that when COVID happened.
Man, didn't it? Man, it just took off. Man, we became billionaires. Like, wow.
Like, dang, you make candles? Okay, then.
I ain't know you knit. I ain't know.
Right.
I know you know how to rap. I ain't know you was a comedian. I know how to put together skits. Man, it's just crazy, man. It's just
came out of bag.
Right, and the creative juice is flowing, and that lets you only know further. Let us know that we are chosen, and we can do whatever we put our mind to. You know, even through oppression, that's why my piece is called Overcomers. You know, because we overcome everything that was thrown at us. Because I know for a fact that when God delivered me, I overcame all that stuff. You know, people say we are the chosen ones, and that's why we're here. You know, it's a pleasure and an honor for you, your moms, and your sisters. You know, and we'll salute you, we'll follow you. You know, me and you stay connected all the time. Ain't nothing on every time on your page. I'm liking that. I'm loving that because that's the support and the love that is unconditional. It's genuine. Ain't no fake. You know, sometimes people just be doing it to do. No, this is real deal. So I salute you, Queen. I love you. You have anything you want to say? The floor is yours. We got a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Kenny.
Tell them about your stuff. Tell them about your products.
Tell them where they can find your product.
So right now I have a page. It's No Queen Left Behind on Facebook. It's on Instagram too, but I'm not gonna lie, I really don't be on Instagram like that. But a little birdie told me I need to go over on Instagram. But anyway, it's No Queen Left Behind, and just a little background on it. It's twofold. It was launched November the 14th, 2018. The first part is for my sister. You know, she always called everyone Queen, Queen, Queen. And so during the process of losing her, it was just like, I don't know, one day I was sitting at my desk and God said, no queen left behind. And so I said, oh, that's deep, right? So the first part is when your loved one passed away, it's no queen, no king, no prince, and no princess. Actually, I really just relaunched the queen part though. But it's basically like, when you lose your loved one, keep fighting for them. Do not leave them behind because they are no longer here to speak for themselves. So we have to be the voices for them. That's the first part of it. I told you it was. So the second part is, if you, since you know you have a craft, right? And you are spectacular in that craft, and you see someone else that's trying to learn, bring them on board with you and show them so that no queen, prince, will be left behind. That's like my little niece want to make shirts. Oh, okay, come over here. Let me show you how to do these shirts. Because that's what it's all about. It's enough money out here for everybody to get some money. So do not be scared to share your craft with people. Share your craft. No queen, king left behind.
Amen.
Period. And we ship.
So you can't listen. You can't beat that, and they ship it to you. You pay, they ship it to you. So that's the thing, you know. As always, you know, shout out to Mothers Helping Hands, Brothers Standing Together, Crawford's for Peace Foundation for sponsoring us. We support the movement. We're praying for everybody who lost anybody. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday. I know you're going to continue your birthday. It's Friday. Keep getting it in. And it's a blessing to be here. Katie Lowe, you have any last words before we get out of here?
I just want to remind everybody that on Mondays at 7, you can catch Opinions live stream right here on Meta Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker. And this coming Tuesday is a special day. Hey, you gotta come back and check us out this coming Tuesday at 5 o'clock. You got to come back and meet that uppity Negro named Pastor Mo.
Yeah, Pastor Mo
Listen,
from Kansas City.
if you're not here, you're gonna miss something. 'Cause Pastor Mo gonna tell it like it is.
Yes,
He
he
gonna
is.
talk about the black folks in the
All
Bible.
right.
He gonna
Yes,
give
sir.
you some purpose. He gonna
All
make
right.
your head real big. So you
Yes,
gotta
he
come back.
is.
You gotta come back
Yes,
and check it
yes,
out.
yes. Tune in Tuesday, y'all. It's gonna
And
be
every
phenomenal.
Friday,
Right.
you know you're gonna catch a conversation with Brother Raymond, just like
Yes,
clockwork.
yes, yes, yes. We'll be talking about another segment of from Charleston, Missouri. No, in fact, we'll be talking to Stateville Live. Stateville
This
Live.
Friday,
Yeah, Donald Watkins' story.
in
He'll
his
be here
studio,
live to
and
talk
say,
about his story, and we're gonna go back down and break it back down to y'all again. I don't know how anybody can say that somebody committed a murder when all the ligaments in their left hand is damaged, severely damaged, and you told them that he had a shotgun in one hand and he had a person dragging around the house in the other hand, and he kicked in the door. So we're here to let you know that we bring the facts. It's always live on a conversation with Brother Raymond. I know I'm finna lose my juice. So I love you, Shante. I'm with you. Happy birthday again. We're gonna get that order in to you to get the
Thank
shirt from my
you.
queen. So she won't be left behind and I won't be sleeping on the
Thank you.
front
Thank
porch.
you. I'm,
And so
I'm gonna have to get you a king too then.
yeah. So without that being said, we thank you guys again. We thank you for always doing what you do. Keep doing what you're doing. We behind you. We pray for you and your family, and we know that justice will be served in God's time, not our time. And I love you.
Yeah.
I love you all. Ain't nothing y'all can
I
do
love you
about it.
too.
Y'all
Thank
been
you.
in tune to a conversation with Brother Raymond. Until next Friday, peace, love, and happiness. Thank you.
everybody have a great weekend. You know it's Friday.
And don't forget to look at it again. Tune in. She's dropping
Yes.
jewels
That's
on
right.
your
Another
show. Check
broadcast.
it, check it, check it. I
All
love
right.
you.
All right.
That
God
is
See
bless
the
y'all.
y'all.
Thank
end.
you.
That is the end of a conversation with Brother Raymond. Have a good weekend, everybody, and good night.